Explain a group of rugby players for doping came to haunt the Dean of Law at Daystar University Professor Dr. Moni Wekesa as he sought to be the country Chief Justice. Professor Wekesa, who appeared before the Judicial Service Commission, however defended the decision, which was later overturned by Nicholson report, saying it was guided by research and evidence of the time.
Boasting of over 15 years in physical education and 16 years in legal practice, Professor Moni Wekesa will be bound to explain the two doctorate initials in his name.
And I noticed that you use double doctor, so you call yourself Professor Dr. Moni Wekesa. Is that more of a German tradition or is it your preference?
In Central Europe, the culture is totally different. You write Professor Doctor. If you have 2 doctorates, Professor Doctor. If you have 3, the same thing.
During the interview in search for the next Chief Justice, his previous engagement in the creation of the Anti-Doping Agency and Anti-Doping Act, as well as being part of the committee that saw rugby players put under disciplinary but later overturned, will come to confront him.
The World Now organization, when it came later and did now, very comprehensive, the World Rugby Anti-Doping Advisory Committee member, Mr. Nicholson, came, took 2 years, did a thorough job, and it was found that you are actually wrong, you know.
The other coaches came and also gave their narrations about the goings-on in the sport of rugby. They are all documented per date and per name. Having received, when the results came from the lab, and this was a University of Nairobi specialized drug analysis laboratory. It marked that all the samples that we had put in had tested positive. I think it's also good to point out that at paragraph 16.24 of the Nicholson report, they say that yes, the task force relied on the results of the Daru lab.
Professor Wekesa is of the view that each judge in a bench should write their own ruling as opposed to the current collective judgment.
And without any fear of contradiction, I want to say it here and now, that each judge will write their own judgment.
He emphasized the need to engage learning institutions and use the current moot courts to expedite and administration of justice. The interviews come down on Friday with Miss Alice Yano. For Channel 1 News, I'm Sarafina Robbie.